We will study dependence of wavelength and the refractive index of the medium. Consider a monochromatic light. Monochromatic light means the wavelength is of only one color. Incident normally on the boundary between the rarer and the denser medium as shown in the figure. The medium is being divided by the boundary P and Q. Then they have taken three successive wavefronts A, B, C, D and E, F respectively, and they are separated by a distance of lambda 1, which is the wavelength of the first medium, and the after refraction the three wavefronts are indicated by A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash and E dash, E, F dash. Assuming the second medium to be denser, the speed of the light will be smaller in that medium, and hence the wavefronts will move slower and will become will cover lesser area, or will become slow in transferring, because the more denser the medium, the more difficult for the ray of light to travel. The difficulty is it has to change the path to travel, therefore be more closely spaced than in the first medium. The distance between any two wavefronts is lambda by 2, equal to the wavelength of the light in the second medium. Thus lambda by 2 will be smaller than the wavelength in the first medium. We can easily see this relationship over here, lambda 1 and lambda 2, as follows. So when the change in the wavelength of the light going from one medium to another medium is being shown, the oblique incidence. Now this was perpendicular incidence, so here we have seen in the next figure the oblique incidence. So we will discuss regarding the oblique incidence and the effect on Snell's law, or you can say the refractive index, which gets changed. When you take the ratio sin I by sin R, you get the refractive index of the material. There are various kind of refractive index value. For diamond it is 2.4, for glycerine it is 1.3, then for water it is between if it's a very transparent good quality potable water, then the refractive index is 1. So the refractive indices keep changing from 0 to 2.4. 2.4 is the highest refractive index, which is for diamond. Now let us consider a wavefront AB reach the boundary surface PQ at the time t, and the next wavefront would be CD, which is at a distance of lambda 1 from AB. Reach PQ at time t, as the speed of the wave is v1 in medium 1, and t is the time in which the distance lambda is covered by the wavefront. We can write t is equal to lambda 1 divided by v1. In the medium 2, the travel distance by the wavefront in time t will be lambda 2. The relationship between these two quantities will be given by t is equal to lambda 2 by v2. After comparing both the relations, if you take both the t's of 7.6 equation and 7.7 equation together, you would get that the velocity of a medium is proportional to its wavelength. So lambda 2 is equal to lambda 1 into v2 upon v1, which is equal to lambda 1 upon n1 upon n2, lambda 1 into n1 upon n2. If the medium 1 is vacuum, where the wavelength of the light is lambda 0 and n is the refractive index of the medium 2, then the wavelength of the light medium is 2. Lambda can be written as lambda is equal to lambda naught into v2 upon c, and which is equal to lambda naught in upon n. The ratio of the frequencies v1 and v2 of the wave into media can be written as v1 upon v2 is equal to v1 in upon lambda 1 divided by v2 upon lambda 2, which is 1. The frequency of the waves remain unchanged going from one medium to another medium. Similar analysis goes through if the wave is incident at an angle as shown in the figure 7.5b. Now what happens with the frequency? Frequency is a fundamental quantity. It is reciprocal of time. It does not change while going from one medium to another medium. The speed and the wavelength of the wave changes, which are inversely proportional in nature with each other, and relative to the refractive index of the second medium with respect to first medium. So what happens if the speed of the wavelength, if the speed is high, the wavelength is less. If the wavelength is high, the speed is less. This is what is being explained in this concept of refractive indices. Refractive index needs to be known in order to propagate any wave from one medium to other medium, such that the transmission of the wave, do it's a light wave, do it's a frequency wave, it frequency wave means it could be a communication wave also. So do it optical wave or a communication wave, the refraction has to be minimum, such that the path of the ray doesn't get changed so much, and the time required for transmission is reduced. Because if we increase the time which is required for the transmission, then the desired effect won't be available. So this is more important to understand the relation between wavelength, refractive index of the medium, and the speed of various rays of light traveling from one medium to other medium.